Let me tell you a little story. This is an after show video, yes, but it's also an amalgamated midweek video and a what's coming up, all hodgepodge together into one video. Because it's been quite a week. I started off this week with the aim, in fact, no, I started off last week with the aim that last Saturday's video was going to be the countersink video. I even told you guys that on numerous occasions. I was waiting on a sponsor. I had that video polished, ready to go, thumbnail, description, title, all of the YouTube stuff you have to do. Had the after show, had everything lined up, just a click of a button. All I needed to do was receive something from a sponsor, film the standard 1-minute ad read, and then post it. Anyway, what I was waiting for, and I'm sure you've seen this in loads and loads of sponsored work on YouTube with woodworkers, was one of those riser desks. They promised me this desk was going to come last week, and then I needed maybe an afternoon to film, say some nice stuff about it. It's an incredible product in reality, and I was going to put my 3D printers on it. And it was going to work really well. I've never needed one before because I've got a desk, but now I do. So it was going to be perfect integration. I like doing that. I like stuff that I use. So yeah, it was supposed to be last week was supposed to be the countersink video. Then this week was supposed to be the countersink video. I was still promised I'm going to get this desk and I'm going to set it up and all of that. Although we then found out that where it's coming from aren't working. They take like a week's holiday or something, some national holiday, which is fine. But I found this out Wednesday and I'd already missed one release date. So it'd already been 3 weeks since my last release. I found out Wednesday we're not getting this and I didn't have a video. Yeah, the only ones that got to work are Christmas videos and the 3D printing video. But the 3D printing video, all I've got is the footage of me making the 3D print. I've got nothing else. I haven't scripted it, haven't recorded it, haven't done anything else. Oh, so Wednesday. Now, bearing in mind, today is Friday, midday. And this is the true after show video that you're actually getting because I literally finished the Bamboo Lab video you've just watched about 20 minutes ago, maybe half an hour. And so between Wednesday and today, I filmed the dialogue. Oh yeah, and I'm still working as well. I'm back at the ski job. So this is after work, in lunch hour, a bit of editing cheekily at work. I don't think my colleagues and boss are big YouTube woodworker fans. So I can say that a little bit in between calls I'm editing. So anyway, in between those days and today, finishing it off this morning, I managed to get it done and had to send it off to Bamboo Lab for approval. No changes, which is the only reason that we are now sat here today doing an after show for a video that you've just watched. I then realized 20 minutes ago, if I'm going to put a video out that you've just watched on Saturday, I haven't done an after show. And I said I would do an after show to every video. It's one of the only things I've said to Patreon, names at the end and an after show. So I've just grabbed my camera, I've grabbed a cup of tea, I've run down my workshop, and I've just spent 5 minutes blurting at a camera with no script, no plan, no nothing. So that's why you watched, gosh, that was a long way of saying, that's why you've just watched a 3D printer video instead of watching the countersink video. I really hope the countersink will be out next week. Let's just quickly talk about the 3D printer one that you've just watched. It was an absolute baptism of fire for me, and thank you to all the people that have offered input towards my journey. I think these, and I want to know for true from this video, and I'm looking forward to the comment section, I think these are genuinely useful. I was a little bit worried when I saw Rob Cosman did the Adjust Star, and I really hope it doesn't get me into any kind of trouble that I've basically made a cheap version of whatever his is. His was the initial idea. He knew the problems. He's an expert. I put a long chunk about him in the video purely because I didn't want to ruffle any feathers, and I didn't want to step into a legal area that I don't know anything about. I just wanted to make something that would solve a problem I had. And I think that genuinely does. If anybody's watching this video and you've got vintage Stanley planes, and whether it's through arthritis or just reach, whatever it is, as a Patreon, if you want to try these, I will send you some, okay? I have no problem with that because these are quick and easy to print. Admittedly, I'd offer you all one of these planing stops, but these are a little bit more clunky to make, and I still haven't got it to a stage I'm happy with it. While we're on that, these are okay. I don't think that I'm going to use them for anything apart from to get me out of trouble, but they were a really interesting insight into how someone like me, with a bit of a compulsive nature and a bit of a do it first, think later, like the first 5 minutes of this video, they show the dangers of what rabbit holes I can go down if I can literally just keep making stuff with a tweak of a program. I've sent off a set of these blocks to one of you guys. I'll offer the same thing. If you don't want a star knob, but you want a set of these blocks, they take a bit longer to print. It'll take a bit longer to get to you. If you can make genuine use out of them, I mean, they're not really a merch as such, but if you can make genuine use out of these and you've been looking like I have for height adjustable metric setup blocks, let me know. However, there's a video coming up where I think I've got something that will solve it. I'm testing a tool out that might solve it. But still, you want them? Let me know. And I said in the video, this was a happy thing that I'd stumbled upon, a support that would help you chamfer the edges of something. I added some dogs. I don't know if that's useful. However, move my tea. Bench dogs really lock these down into position so you can put your piece of wood across them. Admittedly, I haven't got any easily at the front to where I put my planing stop, but I do think now there's an idea for bench. Yeah, there's an idea for bench dogged random printed bits of plastic that help support things you're working on. I like the idea and I'm going to work with that. Anyway, let's put 3D printing to one side because this is an amalgamation. That's the after show. I don't know what the video is going to do. I really enjoyed making it. I loved tinkering with the machine. I have what's coming up. Okay, so obviously the countersink video is coming up. What else is coming up? I have got lots and lots of videos that are involving tools, and for better or worse. And the reason I'm doubling down on this, and forgive me if you're a build follower, they're coming. I've got stuck on one build. I built it. I made a title before I built it. I've made a script around that, and I'm really struggling with the edit. Really struggling. What I've built is lovely. I'm really happy with it, but I just want the video to do it justice. So there is builds coming. And in Christmas, I'm going to do the regular scrap gifts, etc. So there are builds coming, but you're going to, if you're only a build fan, I'm going to ask you to be a little patient with the tool videos for a second. All right. So on the tool videos, what's coming up? It's a bit of a fun one, I think. I've been offered probably about a total of 100 tools from Banggood from over in China. Not 100 different, it's just that's probably the total amount of tools I've been offered. And I did take, if you remember, the mitre gauge and the rollers, the Jessam style feed rollers, as I now find they are. They're the only ones I've accepted. And they gave me affiliate links for it. I'm going to say this in the video, I'm honest about everything. In a year or so since that video, I've made about $200 worth of commission on that from people clicking the links. Thank you if you are one of them, but that's not really why I did it. I did it to try and find a better option for things. Anyway, I've turned down everything else for free. And in this video coming up, I have spent $200. I spent that commission money on Banggood tools. Because you can't do, and I'm finding this now the more I do it, you can't do 100% fully unbiased review unless you spent something that you could have had yourself. So your money, even if it's, I mean, I struggle with the fact that I have earned this through affiliates, but I spent it. Anyway, it's the closest I can get to a completely unbiased my money. But let me show you what's come. We'll have a quick snippet, then you have to keep this to yourselves. But give me an idea what you think. Anyway, first things first, this bag. This is such a typical Chinese tool bag. See this? This is bigger than the bag. It arrived to me looking like this. I mean, that kind of starts the video straight away, doesn't it? Like, it gives you your intro. And then there was a couple of random boxes. I was a little bit cross when I looked back through the bag for one very good reason. I told you I've just finished this countersink video. I'm kicking myself on 3 fronts on that. One, I ordered the worst countersink bit, and apparently I ordered it for that video, but I also ordered it from Banggood. You'll see that in the video. It's terrible. And then I also opened another box in here. It turns out I'd ordered a different style of countersink bit and I didn't put it in the countersink video. Well, that's just me being stupid. And on top of that, tomorrow, or if you're watching this, it'll be today, I think that Jonathan Katz-Moses is releasing his countersink bit. I genuinely didn't ask him if I could review it because I thought the video would be out before he even released it. So I guarantee, when I do release the countersink video, I absolutely guarantee he will be in the comments because he's a great supporter of woodworking channels and he'll be telling me that I should have got his. And I should have asked him if I could test it because it'll be better. It'll be more thought out than most of what I've tested. Anyway, Banggood. So, what I'm going to be testing, actual metric setup blocks, full set. What they're missing, and I alluded to this in the video but didn't take a picture of this set because I hadn't arrived, I don't think. It's missing the depth, the height, if you like. Sorry, the height gauge. These are just solid blocks. They're really good quality, but they're really pricey. You compare to something like this, honestly, where's my calipers? 8. Here we go, 8. I got an 8 somewhere. Let me grab an 8 of mine. You're going to have to trust me on the numbers because I don't want to keep running over to the camera, but 8, 0. So my 8 comes in at, oh, can you see that? If not, it's 8.05. Okay? Their 8, come on, let's see. Oh, that's good. That is 8. Absolutely on the nose. So mine has come out 0.05 difference. Do you care about that in woodworking? Genuinely asking the question. How accurate is accurate enough? I think if it was me, 0.1 of a millimetre, I mean 1/10 of a millimetre maybe. I figure that's enough, right? Anyway, we'll find out in the video. I'm going to put those to the test. These ones I'm excited about. It's really turning into an unboxing. I apologise. I'm not going to do the whole of them, but you guys deserve to see first what's coming. I think these are for an MFT. These are clamps. So you basically move them a decent amount and then the last cam moves them the last couple of mil. I'm hoping that they're not just for MFTs because obviously you get these. Let me get them out. These are so well packed, considering the rest came in a bag. You get these which go from the other side and clamp it down permanently. These have got to be a copy of someone who's done it for more expensive. I guarantee Bessie probably if I looked for it. Anyway, these are going to be tested because I really need something that is a quick clamp on the top of my workbench. What's next? I'll only show you a couple more. I've got about, for 200 quid, you get quite a lot. Look, all in there. So I got a couple of these mitre bars. I'm going to be trying those out on a sled. I got, what else? Oh, you're going to love this. Right, I'm going to stop here because this might be my coolest, favourite thing that I've ever seen, ever, on a site that I don't think understands woodworking quite like woodworkers understand woodworking. This, I mean, this is magic. If you can think, how best can I improve a chisel? How can I make a chisel better? And if your answer is, you add a wheel underneath it with a bearing on it, then you could be designing tools for Rui's tool over in China. I kid you not, that I think it's a depth stop, and so that when you're pairing, I'll have to check back on the video because that basically you set it, you tighten it with the nut, the screw nut, whatever on the top, and then oh, I'd love it if that was really good. I would love it. It's not going to be. I'm 99% sure that that is not going to be good. That's made my day though. I was having a particularly tricky day today. I'll tell you again another complete story, sidestepping. About a week ago, woke up to water coming out from under our front door. Now we live in an old house, solid concrete and old like terracotta tiled hallway going straight to the front door. Woke up to water not coming over the top, but coming out from under it, where the mains pipe goes in. So we're basically at odds with Thames Water at the moment, trying to get that fixed. And they won't do anything over the boundary, but they are going to replace the stopcock that's on the pavement where it goes in. They're convinced there's a problem with that, but they don't think it's my problem. They're going to do that first. They have to close the whole road to take up this much pavement to fix that. And they've told me I have to wait. And basically what we're doing is turning water on for an hour in the morning, getting whatever we need to do done an hour in the evening, and then no water through the day. So I was having a testing day. Let's just say that. But that, I'm glad I opened that. Right, one more. One more? Oh, we got time for one more. What have we got that I can show you? See, this is why tool videos are quite exciting, because it does feel a bit Christmassy when you open them a bit. Let's see. What's this? No, boring. What is that? Oh, is it exciting? I guess it is. All right, quickly this one. That looks like, it's kind of like a shotgun shell, isn't it? Anyway, this is a pop-up bench dog. You press the top. Oh, it's going to only focus on my face, I'm afraid, this camera. But anyway, this is a pop-up bench dog, but it won't fit in normal dog holes because it's wide. So my thoughts were, is this better than making your own? Pop-up bench dog. What's that? You want to see one more? All right. There's this. This is definite rip-off. Unfortunately, this is a rip-off of the Veritas card scraper holder. You put your card scraper in and then you adjust the nut on the back and, bolt on the back. It flexes it. You go to town with your card scraper. That was not bought because I thought it was fun or quirky or anything like that. That was bought because I need it. Whenever I'm card scraping, my thumbs pressed into the back of it really hurt. And I tried doing it the other way round. It's not worked. So, this is my haul. That's what, well, you haven't seen it all, but that's what 200 quid gets you. Okay. Last, but no means least, I have to ask you one question. I have got 20 or so tools that I've put together for this year's Christmas list. Peter Millard started it. I've done it twice, I think, so far, 2 years in a row. I tend to do 2 videos because I like to get one in before Black Friday, then one as a stocking fillers at the end. I genuinely do these videos because I genuinely think that it's about time you guys go out and buy something for yourselves. Instead of getting all the crap that people give you, I love my family. They give me some amazing vouchers. I could never ask them to go and buy me woodworking tools because they don't woodwork. So I go and get it myself. But my idea here is that maybe you could just pass the video on and say, well, do you know what? There's some things in this video I like. And I think Peter does it for the same reasons. He goes into all his pieces in one video, and I think it's brilliant. He whizzes through them, puts everything in there. He does a lot of research. So I'm asking you guys, something you've used this year, and don't just do what I did when I started the video. Don't just go on Amazon and say woodworking tools, gifts, whatever. Is there something? I'll give you an idea. This is my something. It's been in videos. It's a big Swanson speed square. It's not flash, it's not special, but if you have a normal speed square size-wise and you don't have a bigger one, so you have this, then you're probably fine. However, if you're making, larger cabinets, or if you're using a speed square with a circular saw, the big one, to me, is something I've used a lot this year, like a lot. So I've put that in there. And so it's stuff like that. It's not just the calipers. Don't start anything 3D print-wise unless you've got calipers. So these are the gifts that I'm saying, actually, I've tried and tested these. I've given them a good shot, and they are really handy, really good. They've helped me with something that has been a struggle. So he says, looking around the rest of his workshop, you've seen all the other things I think that I've put in videos before. I have got a different knife that I'm comparing with this one. This is probably the best Stanley knife I've used. But then I'm not doing things like, you know, carpet fitting, etc. This is just for general everyday use within a workshop. And this is so far my favourite tape measure. Neither of these are in there, but it's stuff like that. Do you have a recommendation? Do you have a little tool? It can be, I'd say, less than 30 quid or 30 quid and less. Something that you pick up more often than you ever expected. To me, it's probably going to be something I'd find within the cupboard, within the cabinet, because this seems to be where everything that I use most often has headed. Something like this. This is ridiculously simple, but for glue squeeze out, for prying open things, I mean, you can see the use on it. I mean, it's just got battered. Probably can't because it won't focus on it, but that's the sort of thing. Is there anything in there? And, oh, I know some of you are signed up to the other makers that do these lists. Tell me if you've given it to them as a suggestion, because I know Peter asked recently on one of his videos. Don't give me the same ones you've given to him, because I'm going to run my list past him before I film, because pointless us saying the same things. Anyway, right, that's what's been, what's done, what's coming. I'm going to start a new Patreon video set of videos. I want to do Patreon's projects, okay? Recently, one of you sent me a clipboard picture, which was most upsetting because it was beautiful. It was my clipboard build from a few videos ago, but the burl and the build quality far exceeded mine. I want to show these off to you guys, but to the free members as well. So I want to do a nice video where we talk about each other's work. Not mine, because I'm sick of showing you my work and not seeing your work as much as I really want to. So when you build something and you think it's appropriate to the channel, or even if it's just something that you didn't think you could do, or it's pushed yourself past where you are comfortable, you've learned a new skill, any of those things, in all honesty, if you're proud of it, we should see it. So I think there's a video idea there where we can all see each other's projects and we can all grow. We can all big each other up on it, let's say that. And I don't know, showing your work to woodworkers is far better than showing it to people who haven't got a clue what you've made and what effort's gone into it and the hardships you've gone through to do it. And I think that will be a nice thing that we can do together. So I'm going to call it a video, and know that this was filmed very quickly, edited quickly, just like the YouTube video that probably led you here. Apologise. This is just the way it is at the moment. I got a few hours here and there to pull together, with Friday today being my one day off from my other job to get things done. It's only for a couple of months, and then a couple of months next year as well. Thank you very much for listening to, well, thank you for getting through the first 5 minutes of me blurting at you through the camera. I appreciate your support and all the messages that I get that the rest of you don't know about, checking in on me, you know, asking how I am. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Have a good week. I'll see you on the next one.